Hello and welcome to the next Derpcast. I'm your host, the Derpy Smiler, and today we will be talking about one of my favorite YouTube shows called BFDI, which also goes by BFDIA, IDFB, and BFB. That standing for, in its respective order, Battle for Dream Island, Battle for Dream Island again, Island Dream for Battle, and Battle for Dream Island. That's actually literally what it is, what it stands for. But I just want to talk about it with you guys because I think it is an amazing show. I personally enjoy it. The creators, Jack and Jellyfy, they worked hard on this show to bring 4 iterations of it. BFDIA and IDFB are very incomplete though, and they're probably not going to go back to it. But BFDI has a finished season, and BFB is the season that they're doing now, in which they're in the middle of. They released an episode. When I'm recording this, it's today, so Saturday. So I'm going to say Saturday because when you guys see this on Tuesday, it wouldn't have been uploaded today. It's been uploaded probably 3 days from today. 3 days from Tuesday. But no, the show is amazing. I love the show. I love the concept. And the concept of it is the same as Survivor and Total Drama, where you get a cast of players, you battle it out, and what's amazing about this show is that the viewers vote on who to eliminate. So they range from like so many votes. They get like 100,000 votes. They're very close. I mean, they have over 100,000 subs, so they get like over 100,000 votes about if everyone decides to participate. But they get a good number of votes, so huge, and they count them up and they put them towards the character that it's for, and the player with the most votes out. And what's different about this is that it's not humans, it's actually objects. Objects get put into this realm, basically, and they have to basically, try to survive, not get kicked off. And it's super fun to watch. I find it entertaining. I actually drew every cast member from that show, and literally this season, BFB, they have 60, I think, about maybe a little over 64. 8 times 8 is 64. So, and they have already eliminated, I think, about 9 of those players. So already, and there's still a whole lot of this, a lot of the show to go. And the original BFDI, there was a speaker box that was a host, and in this one it's 4 with X, and it's just amazing. I think you guys should check it out. Definitely 100%. Definitely check it out. I will put the creators to this show in links in the description, but I'm gonna actually read to you guys what people say about this show. So first of all, let's get some background on it, and here's a little background on the show. Just a second, guys. Hold on. Battle for BFDI, also known as BFB, is the 4th season of the Battle for Dream Island series. BFDIA and IDFB were seasons 2 and 3, but again, they are very incomplete. And unlike IDFB, Battle for BFDI goes back to the traditional format of challenges and eliminations. IDFB only had 1 episode, by the way, and I think that through that, Jack and Jellyfy realized, how are we going to really do this? It's not going to be elimination. And then they just scratched the whole format, left IDFB episode 1 up, but never gave it an episode 2, and decided to move on and do BFB. The art style is more simplified and animated more loosely, which in turn allowed the running time of the first episode to be nearly half an hour long, and later episodes to be able to be made within a shorter time frame. Battle for Dream Island, by the way, would be made 1 time every month. Now with the animation style that they are using, they are able to get it to run longer, which means they're able to get it to run I mean, not run longer, run it like more times. Like literally, like we're getting episodes 2 times a month now, instead of just 1 time a month. And what even sucks about BFDI that BFB actually fixed is that there is no, is that whenever they would put a date, sometimes they would have to push it back, you know, and have to release it at some other point, delaying the release of BFDI. In BFB, with the simplified technique they have, there are no dates for release, so they have as much time as they need to get the content and push it out. Obviously, they can't wait too long, or else people are gonna get mad and start unsubscribing. But they do an amazing job. I love them. Many unexplained plot changes have happened to let new characters join the cast and for old characters to return. So new characters, in my opinion, are people like Stapy, Foldy, Lai, and Loser, who we have never seen before. All the other characters, you know, although there's so many of them, we have seen every character before. You know, people like Pillow, Eggy, and 8-Ball, although have never been in a season, we have still seen them before, whether they were in the recommended character section or whether they were up for voting to be in BFDIA. Loser, Lai, Foldy, and Stapy are the 4 players that we never really seen. And actually, if we count the time where BFDI in the background would have Losers and then we'll have like the same shape that Loser is, I myself wouldn't count that because we've never seen like Loser, like actual Loser. But we have seen his shape, we have seen his context, we've never seen the character. Alright. Although the release of IDFB confirmed the end of BFDIA, the release of BFB does not confirm the end of IDFB. BFB appears to be in a separate timeline and might not preclude going back to IDFB. I feel like they're not going to go back to IDFB though. It just makes sense, because if they were, they would have probably have released an episode by now. But they were so hard at work with BFB. Maybe like once they finish with BFB, they'll push an IDFB episode out, and they'll just start doing some random stuff. I think IDFB is just all about the how they want to take players out of the tiny loser chamber, which is where all the eliminated players go to in the original series. In this season, the host is 4, and if you lose, you get sucked into 4. Only 4 players got sucked into 4, and I'm not gonna explain where the other 5 went. But just watch, watch the seasons, and get a good feel of it, because it is amazing. Let's see. Not preclude going back to IDFB, since all the characters are present, except for Evil, Leafy, and Non-Existy. This might mean that IDFB is not cancelled and BFB takes place sometime in the future. However, it is highly possible, as stated by Carrie in his BFB1 reaction video. Alright, I didn't see Carrie's BFB1 episode. Oh, sweet. Alright, so they got... So, if we look here, well, if I'm looking here, and I'll put this in the link, I'll put where I got the information, link in the description as well. It shows the order of elimination for the players that are here so far. Then you have all these other players here too, which they still have not shown for elimination yet, which have not been eliminated yet. But there's 64 players, and the next place is actually 56th. So the next player eliminated in the next episode, which we'll see in about 2 weeks or so, will be in the 56th place, and that is either going to be Balloony, Cloudy, Nickel, Woody, David, or gosh, I always forget, or Rocky. There we go. Yeah, spoiler alert. But definitely, this series is amazing. And now let's look at what people have said about the series. So I'm gonna go into what people have said about the series. I'm gonna look through some YouTube comments and see what people have said. So let's take a look into it. I actually put the computer on mute so that way you don't hear the video playing in the background, and you just hear, you know, me talking and sort of just, you know, saying what it is. So let's take a look. There are a lot of comments on these. Yo, they racked up 1 million views on BFB 5. That's a lot. So let me see. Actually, most of these are probably just votes or timestamps. So I guess there's not really much that they say. Dang, the intro is so good, and the cake at stake. Yep, they have a song for the intro and cake at stake, which are both pretty amazing. I love them too. I hope Tree never gets eliminated. I like his accent. Tree is British, by the way, guys. 4 is my favorite. Nickel, I voted for you tonight, is what I would say if I voted for Nickel tonight. But I'll go with the D, Balloony. This is from BFB 5. So literally, that team that I just said is up for elimination. This is their 3rd time being up for elimination. And there are still a couple other teams that still haven't reached their 1st time of being up for elimination. So I'm just here like, Jesus. Like, they went from 8 to now we're going to go to 5. So 8, because there's 8 players on each team, and there's 8 teams. Then, since they're about to lose their 3rd player, they're about to be down to 5. Like, wow. Tremo. Yeah, but the show definitely has been successful, and Jack and Jellyfish should definitely be proud. Definitely, they definitely earned their spot in the animation community. And I remember watching like these episodes back when I was in like 8th grade. No, probably even before that, 7th. And honestly, the show, it blew me away, and I enjoyed every second of it. I watched like when I got into the show, season 1 had already ended, but they were still trying to make season 2. So I caught up with season 1 and I went all the way through, and I had a blast watching it. So the show itself is just very enjoyable. It's very unique in a sense that it takes objects, and I think it is the first object show on YouTube. And then what came after was stuff like Inanimate Insanity and other shows relating to the same thing that Jack and Jellyfish did. And then it sparked up an entire community, which allowed other animation, a lot more animators to sort of, you know, throw themselves into the mix and sort of be like, alright, let's try this. And people tried it, and it gets successful because people are getting involved. When you involve your viewers in things, it's more likely to be successful. Encasing on the fact that your viewers feel like they're welcomed, you know, to join, and they get to decide the fate of each contestant, which I think is the best thing possible. When it reached season 2, I was ready to comment. I was like, all right, give me who I need to vote for, and I'm gonna vote, and make sure, and I did, and literally every episode of BFB that we've had, I have voted. I have voted in every single episode, even the new one that just came out. I woke up at like 4 in the morning and saw that it was there, and I watched it. I watched it at 4 in the morning and made my vote. I was ready. Man. And it just shows that, you know, different communities can spark up on YouTube. Different communities you didn't even realize are there, and they can become a huge, widespread. And honestly, Jack and Jellyfish have done an amazing job with what they've done and what they have done thus far. I want to see them on YouTube Rewind, to be honest with you. And if it's not them, I want to see their animations make it. Just like how we had animations at the end of, YouTube Rewind last year, I want to see their animations doing some sort of trend at the end of this year's. Like, they're getting popular, they're getting huge, and they're gonna get known. They even went to YouTube headquarters once. So I think YouTube knows who they are. I'm just surprised they still haven't been invited. You know, and if Jack and Jellyfeet keep it up at the rate that they're at, they're going far. They're going far. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt, like, in my mind, that these guys aren't gonna make it far. And that's really all I have to say about the matter, guys. So definitely check out the info, which I put in a link in the description, and also check out the their channel, which I also put a link to in the description. As always,